If you're looking for a nice flowing exercise at home without having to have the fancy equipment of a Pilates studio, then I am going to recommend that you get yourself a set of sliders. If you don't already have them, I will put a link down below so that you can get them and follow along with the sequence. However, as a replacement while you wait for your sliders, grab a couple of paper plates and they'll work just as well for now. All right, so let's begin with our session today. Really, it's just going to be on mobilizing a lot of our upper body into our back and working through some strength around the hips. What more could you ask for? So we're going to begin in a kneeling position. I just have my kneeling pad here today set up like so because we're not going to be lying down onto our backs. So beginning with your hands just onto the sliders, and you still have that alignment of hands under shoulders and knees set underneath the hips. You can keep your feet flat on the floor, or you could go into a tuck. This is entirely up to how you feel for today. So we're going to start with one arm reaching forward, and as you do, you're going to bend into the other elbow and just lower your trunk down towards the mat and then bring yourself back up. And then you're going to get that happening on the other side. So at the moment, all we're doing is just a single arm reach in front of us, going into a little bit of an elbow bend on the other side. So feeling out how the slider works, the range of movement you've got, and where you start to feel, oh, that could be too far. So it's important that you get that range because there's no sort of barrier with these sliders. So you want to make sure that you are understanding yourself very clearly. From here, we're going to add in a rotation. So the same movement happens. The arm goes forward, but you're just going to turn and look over your shoulder if you're the knee that's, or the elbow that's bent. And then again, slide out and reach to look over your shoulder. So the movement is not an excessive like neck turn. It's just turning your head down, almost like your ear is trying to listen to what the slider is trying to tell you. We'll go one more time to each side, just a gentle move. And you'll be surprised, even with these simple moves to start, there's a lot of core work happening, a lot of glute stuff happening, a lot of balance stuff happening. Now I'm going to come forward just a little bit more to give me even more space as I start to introduce some of a double slide. So both arms are going to reach out nice and long, and we're going to go into a cat stretch. So you're going to tuck your tail under, roll through your spine, coming all the way back up, and then go out into your cow pose or arch pose, and then slide the arms forward, and then go from the tail rolling up, and then reorganizing into the arch. And again, reach out and rolling through. Go into the arch, and then we're going to reverse the movement. So you're going to go into the tuck, and you're going to stretch yourself out. As you come forward, you lift your tail, lift your head, and then tuck at the top and stretch out long. So focusing on the waving of your spine, and then last time away, and then bringing it all the way in. We're going to go into some arm circles. So maintaining your body position nice and balanced, and then change the arm circle. 2 and 1. We're going to reach forward with the right arm and send the left arm through to turn into that diagonal stretch and coming back. So this is a little more challenging than the first one because we've got 2 straight arms. So if you're feeling any discomfort in the shoulder or in the arm work, then you can always go back to the other variation where we had a bent elbow coming back. One more time each side. I often mention to clients when they work with sliders in the studio that they could be washing my floor for me, which would be wonderful. All right, from here, we're just going to take the sliders and take them towards the back. So now we've got our feet coming onto the sliders. So just toe tuck on. And again, your hands are well set underneath you. Now, because I've got a little foamy, but if you had some wrist issues, you could always put your wrist over the top with your fingers left down below, a little easier. Otherwise, just stay with the hand position on the floor. It's good to build up some strength here. So we're going to begin with just a leg sliding out. So as you do, your toe pushes the slider out, you straighten into the back of the knee, and then you bring your knee back in. Other leg is going to do the same thing. Press out and bring it back in. So if you're not used to using this tool, then you just want to give yourself just a little bit of time to kind of give it a sense of, okay, I can feel what has to happen to push it away and bring it back. It's really not all that difficult, but it is good to see what you're doing or feel what you're doing. All right, on the next one, we're going to add in a little bit of funk. So we're going to go out and we're going to start to send the leg out towards the side. And I want you to try and get yourself to bring your leg as far forward as it will let you, and then bring that back and around and draw the knee back in. The other side is going to do the same thing. We slide out, we bring the leg around. Your distance is going to be different to my distance, and then bringing it back in. Now, I say that simply because you might be going further than I'm going. You might have a very different range of movement inside of your hip. You may have more flexibility. You may not. So don't worry. Just go where you can go. Be amazed. We're dealing with the sort of the biggest ball and socket joint in the body. So there's a lot of range of movement, which we don't necessarily get to explore in this range. But now with the sliders, that becomes very accessible. You're going to notice which side is easier to do this sort of semicircle motion or crescent shape. Last one is we're bringing it to the front and then to the back. From here, we're going to take it in our more traditional quadruped. So slide an arm forward and a leg back and hold. Open the arm, open the leg, close them in center and bring them home. And other side out, open and close, and bring them back in. Remember, when you're doing 4-point kneeling, you want to make sure that your trunk is staying lifted, never collapse through the shoulders. And there shouldn't be the sense of having to overly grip in anything. You just want to be very balanced with your muscle tone. And we have another one to go to each side, reaching out. Long line between fingers and toes. And then last time to your opposite leg and arm, and then bringing it all the way back in. Great, from here we're going to go into a Z-sit position, so crossing one leg in front and the other knee behind, and this is where Bear likes to come and play, but there we've got to move over just a little bit. All right, so one slider in front and one slider behind. From here we're going to take ourselves into a side bend stretch. So you're going to lengthen out through your arm on the slider and then rotate and place your hand onto the disc. And then reach out nice and long. Pull your chest bone up. This is the cat-cow stretch we did earlier. And then stretch back out. And then you're going to go rotating to the side and bringing yourself all the way back in. And again, we go over to the side. Nice gentle side stretch. Twist and place your hand onto the disc. Slide yourself out a little longer. Pull the front of the chest up, shoulders down. And then reach out and across. And then you're going to go into the side bend and bring yourself all the way to the top again. Fabulous. And again, over we go. And twist and wrap. Stretching out. You should feel a fabulous stretch down the side of your hip. Your hip is probably going to lift off. Don't worry about that. And then coming all the way in and returning it to your start. So we're going to take the sliders over to the other side and we're going to switch our legs over. So we might need to move back. And then setting yourself up. So if sitting in the Z-sit position is uncomfortable for you, cross your legs over, sit on kneeling, whatever makes it feel more comfortable in your body shape. So I have one disc slightly forward of the other, and then again we go onto the hand closest to you or the disc closest to you, side bend over, and then rotate to find the other one as you push out. Pull that chest bone up and forward, and then stretch away again, and then coming into the side and lifting yourself back to your start. And again, over we go, and then rotate and stretch through. So I want you to feel like this is a flowing movement. I started with that as our intention for today. So make it kind of just feel, what is it like just to move from one position to the next? Not that you don't do it with precision and good form, but that you really just sense, oh wow, I can flow from one motion to the next. I can find a sense of ease and glide in between the two. All right, so from here, we're going to go into staying in this position with our legs and just bringing the sliders out in front. And we're going to do a sideways movement. So you're going to send your arms over to the side and we're going to make a circle around and then bringing it all the way through. And again, arm stretches, other one follows, circle and play catch and chase. And again, one reach long and circle around. and bringing it up. Switch your legs in the opposite direction. Ideally, you can do that with no handhold. Beep, beep, there we've got to get out of the way. And we're going to stretch and again, lengthen around, circle, and bring yourself up. 2 more times. So again, feel where this is giving you stretch, where it is giving you flow. And again, coming all the way back and around. All right, let's put the gliders back out in front of you and we're going to take your feet onto them. So from here, we're just going to have your hands back behind you, chest broad and open. And then from here, we'll slide one leg out. As you do, your toes will lift and then pull yourself back. And then other side out and up. So it's important that you make sure you feel comfortable with where that glider is so that it moves slowly and easily for you. So you don't want it to be catching on anything. And bringing back. We got 1 more time each side. So remember, you can always stick with this version. You can take it to the next level, or you can come with me for the final version. So here we keep the feet steady. You keep your fingers facing back, and you're going to lift your hips up into the air, creating a nice big stretch across your arms and shoulders, and then bringing your bottom back down. So welcome to bridging. And again, raising the hips up, reaching the knees out and away, and then bringing everything home and low. 1 more time like that as we do a full lift of the pelvis up into the air, aiming the knees out and then back. Now, you might not get to a fully flattened position of the pelvis. That's irrelevant. It's pushing through your arms and through your legs that's important. So here comes our finale motion. We're going to come up and we're going to hold the position up. You're going to slide your disc away and bring it back. Your ideal is that you're not dropping in your hips, and reach a leg and bring it in. You've got 2 more glides to each side as we move. And final one coming up as we stretch the leg, pull it in, and last one out, in, and then let's bring the bottom down and release, reset, reshake. I think I'm going to have a dog come onto my lap now. Yes, I am. And that's all. Sorry. So he's delighted that the show is over. So I hope you have fun with that session and that you get such an amazing applaud afterward. And let me know in the comments below what you liked, what was a challenge, what you found inspiring, or light bulb moment. All right, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and we will look forward to bringing you some new things in the future. Have a beautiful day from Bear and I. Bye.